We're going to solve this inequality. It has a less than or equal to sign. It's not an equals. It's not an equality. It's an inequality. And we're going to follow the steps that we use to solve a linear equation. And the first step is to distribute, which we have right here, 0.05 times x. And that's going to be 0.05x. And then this 0.05 also multiplies this 200. Okay, and since we have a plus and a minus with multiplication, that's going to be a minus. And 0.05 times 200, let me get my calculator. 0.05 times 200, that's 10. All right, everything else drops down, less than or equal to 78, and 0.03x in the front. All right, distribute. Next step is to combine like terms. This and this, those are both like terms. 0.03x plus 0.05x, that's going to give me 0.08x. Okay, minus 10, less than or equal to 78. And now we're going to isolate this grumpy old x and get him all by himself. So we need to get rid of a minus 10. Let's do a plus 10 on both sides. Plus 10 on the left side of the inequality. Plus 10 on the right side of the inequality. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0. So drop down your less than or equal to, bring down your 0.08x, and that is less than or equal to 88. All right, a little jumbled here. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. All right, one more step. I want to get this grumpy x by itself. It is being multiplied. There's a multiplication right there. Times 0.08. And to get rid of multiplication, we are going to divide. Divide this side by 0.08. Divide this side by 0.08. Anything divided by itself cancels out and turns into a 1x. We don't need to write the 1. 88 divided by 0.08, and that gives me 1100, 1100. Okay, x is less than or equal to 1100. Now, we gave them the answer. We solved it. Now let's graph the solution set. So I draw a number line. And the only thing I'm really looking for is this one number, the 1100. So I don't need to know where anything else is. Here's the 1100. And I'm going to shade everything less than or equal to. So I shade less than as this way. I shade less than. I never stop. Goes all the way back. I shade in the arrow, and that arrow represents going back to negative infinity. And on that 1100, since it is included, you would use a closed circle or a bracket. Bracket, bracket, bracket. Okay, since this has a line, you need to make something out of lines, right? Line, line, line. All right, so that's how we show it graphically. That's our answer, our solution. And how many intervals do we have? Just one. And our interval starts from left to right. It starts at negative infinity. And where does our interval stop? It stops at 1100. Infinity and negative infinity always get a parenthesis. And 1100 gets a bracket because it has a bracket right above. Okay, so really going from the graph to the interval notation, everything just drops down. All right, that's my interval notation. And that's usually how they want the answer. I'm going to put a box around it. And I'm going to write interval notation. And that's done.